Today I'm gonna show you all the rough crystals that I've got in my collection, and I eventually plan on doing another video where I show you all my tumbled stones, all my crystals and jewelry that I got. And if you love crystals as much as I do, I think you're gonna enjoy this video. So without further ado, let's jump right into it.
Beautiful chunky piece of rose quartz that I own. It's actually my very favorite piece of rose quartz that I own. It's quite large. It fits very beautifully into your palm, and it feels quite heavy too. I'm not gonna lie. It has this beautiful, rich pink color. As you may know, rose quartz comes in a variety of, pink intensities, as you may see later on. And I'm very happy with this one because it has this really beautiful, deep pink color. I'm very sorry if the lighting's not the best, but, I think you can see it quite well here. It's a very beautiful piece. So rose quartz is set to promote unconditional love, self-love, and, love on all levels. But I'm very sure if you're watching this video, you may notice. But I have this other chunky piece of rose quartz. And as you can see, it is even richer in color than the other one that I showed you before. Now, as you can see in comparison, maybe it doesn't pick up very well on camera, but I can see a difference in the color of these two. Yeah, so I usually keep this on my vanity. I do not keep it in direct sunlight because rose quartz does tend to fade into direct sunlight. So I make sure I do not expose it as much to sunlight as I would, other crystals that I'm about to show you in this video, just so that they keep the very pretty color as long as I wish to. So over here we have another piece of rose quartz, and as you can see, it's quite a smaller chunk of it, but I really love the intensity of the pink. It's not that pale. I mean, I love every single rose quartz, I'm not gonna lie, but this one is every time I see a rose quartz that has an even intenser sort of pinkish color to it, I'm really into it because, I just love the pink colors. It's very pretty. So right here we have another pinkish stone, and this is actually not rose quartz, it is pink salt. It's actually a piece of salt, and this is one of the very first pieces that I got back in 2018, or was it 19? I'm not very sure. Yeah, but that was one of the first pieces I got when I started my collection back then, and it's very cool. It stands here on my desk right next to my window, and yeah, really love it. You can actually see this one and this salt lamp right here behind the selenite lamp. It's actually they're just lighter in color here, of course, but I think it's the same. Should be the same stone or salt. So this beautiful piece right here is kunzite, and although it's not pink, it does have this beautiful purplish hue to it. And I really love kunzite, but I couldn't find it actually very well here in Switzerland. So it was very happy when I got this piece actually, and I would really love to make this into a necklace. I would really love to, but I gotta find someone who can do it for me. It would be so pretty on a necklace. Popular stones out there, and that would be amethyst. Amethyst is, I think, one of the most favorite stones of everyone who is interested in crystals, and I can see why. I mean, it's beautiful. It grows within these beautiful clusters, and it has this undeniably beautiful color to it. It's said to help with anxiety and just this a very stress relieving stone. So this one is actually one of my favorite pieces that I got. I also got this from a local crystal shop here in Switzerland, and it has this very beautiful, translucency, I would say, but then again, it has this beautiful purplish hue to it. And it has these pretty rainbows on the inside. Very cool stone. It almost looks like glass to me, but you know, obviously it's amethyst. I love this one. I really love this one very much. I would, however, argue that this one would be my absolute favorite piece of amethyst that I own. It's so beautiful, and look at how rich it is. It has this beautiful, almost black spots because the color, the purple color is so intense there. It's so pretty. And it has this beautiful matrix right here. It sits beautifully, and you can see all the beautiful crystals growing on it. It's just amazing to me how Mother Nature creates these beautiful pieces of rock. Oh, I'm so in love with it. I can definitely see why this is one of the favorite crystals of the most of people. Really love it. This one is actually not only amethyst, but it has citrine in it. This combination is known as citrine, and I think Bolivia has one of the best resources when it comes to ametrines. It's really pretty. I don't think if you can see right through it, but you know, there on the top, you can see this beautiful yellowish, goldish hues. I mean, the purple is here predominantly, I think, but I think you could see, yeah, it doesn't pick up very well on camera, but it does have citrine in it, and yeah, this one is ametrine. Beautiful stone. I do own more ametrines in jewelry and in tumbled stones, so this would actually be the only rough piece of ametrine that I own. So right here we come to one of my all-time favorite stones, and this is selenite. Selenite is also called to, you know, have very calming properties. It helps a lot with sleep and with dreams. I may be wrong on that, but you know, you can always look that up, the properties of celestite. And it's either called celestite or celestine, depends on how you like to call it, but it's said to be an angel stone. I mean, it's pretty easy to see why. It has this beautiful celestite kind of color. It reminds me a lot of a clear sky, and also a little bit of heaven. It looks so beautiful. It looks so beautiful. This one is actually one of my absolute favorite pieces of crystal that I own. This is also celestite or celestine. Depends on how you like to call it, but this sits right next to my bed, and it is just so beautiful. I could stare at it for hours and hours. It's so pretty. I got this one in Germany when I visited my relatives, and it's definitely one of my favorite pieces. And it wasn't even that expensive. Sometimes when I see celestite at, you know, some crystal shops, they tend to be very expensive. And I got this pretty piece here at only 7 euros, I guess. Yeah, it was 7 euros, if I recall it correctly. And it's beautiful. Just look at it. Just so amazing. Now, this piece is known as either citrine or burnt amethyst. You know, there's always this debate that I have with myself when it comes to citrine. When I see pieces like this, I immediately know it's burnt amethyst. So basically they take the amethyst that would grow in these beautiful purplish colors that you know amethyst for, and I think they heat it up to, was it 1,000 degrees or even higher? I'm not very sure. However, they do really heat it up on high temperatures, and the crystal changes its color. And it does look very cool, but it's not, you know, naturally occurring citrine. This is just like burnt amethyst, but nevertheless, it's very cool. It's very cool. I love this piece. But I'm going to show you right now how natural citrine would occur. So this beautiful cluster is clear quartz, and I really love it because it's very cool how these points are arranged together. It's very, very cool. So I got this actually at the one of the biggest centers in Europe when it comes to crystals, and it's in Switzerland here, and it's very cool. And you know, with clear quartz, you always want to make sure you're buying the real stone, because it's very easy to mimic. People could, you know, just sell you glass, and yeah, just make sure you're buying the real stone and that the supplier is a reliable source for crystals. So this one is also a beautiful cluster from clear quartz that I got from the same place I got the other one that I showed you right before. I'm gonna link the shop that I got it from on my description box. But this one is very cool. It has this very clear, it's gonna focus, this very clear points, and it sits on this beautiful cluster. It looks very cool on my desk, and when you look at it, it's just so pretty. One also clear quartz. It's much more smaller. Yeah, I like to put some of my crystals into my plants, you know, just so they can sit there. And you know, there's the saying that maybe these crystals really do help your plants grow, so cannot hurt, you know. Now this is one of the most insane looking clear quartz pieces that I've ever seen. I mean, it does look like glass, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, I got it from a reliable source, and you see it is these little inclusions right here. If it were real glass, that's one of the methods you can actually distinguish glass and real quartz. Glass can sometimes have, you know, these little bubbles inside. This beautiful guy here is just very high quality quartz. I really like it. This guy is actually a massage stick, and it really, really helps me when I have, you know, like a very bad headache. I use this part right here to massage my temples, and I also use essential oils with it and massage my temples with them, and it really, really helps reduce my headaches. I do not know why, but you know, crystals are always like very cold to the touch, and I think that helps with the headaches as well. Maybe it's the crystal, I'm not very sure. I cannot know, but this one is really, really cool. I always use it to massage my headaches away. And one of my last pieces I have from, you know, these very light crystals is this selenite stick. I think everyone owns selenite when it comes to a crystal collection. It's like one of the most basic crystals you can get, and selenite is very cool. You, although, have to make sure you do not come into contact with water with this, because it will dissolve, but it's very, very cool. It has this beautiful sheer sheen to it. It reminds me of the moon. Gotta be honest, it reminds me of the moon. It's very cool. Speaking of selenite, I bought this beautiful candle holder. It's just so cool. I really love it. Especially when you light it in the evening and there's no light in the room. It has such a romantic feeling to it. Beautiful. So that's it, you guys. This is my rough crystal collection that I have right here. And I do want to show you my other parts of my collection, like my tumbled stones and my jewelry. But I'm going to keep that for another video. And I hope you guys like to watch this video. And I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!